Give a round of applause. Steve Belshaw will be hosting the Q&A. You go, Steve. How many mics have we got?
2 mics.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
These guys, you can pass it between yourselves, yeah? Cool.
How many? Oh, yeah, this is going to be really interesting. This is going to be like mob-handed. So any question I ask is going to get really out of control. Okay, well, first of all, congratulations on the movie. I think of all the films I've seen this year, it was the one film I saw where I had no fucking idea what was going to happen from 1 minute to the next.
Steve, would you like to...
Sorry, I'm talking not to the audience.
No,
Sorry.
no,
Oh yes, before we go any further, I should get you to introduce yourselves and your role on the film because I'll lose track otherwise. Okay, so guys, I guess start at one end with that mic and hand it along.
Hello. Hello. I'm Nadia Lamine and I play one of the officers.
Hiya, I'm Samantha Luxley and I play Olivia, aka Liv.
I'm Neil Ward and I played Lionel Flack.
I'm Richard Oakes and I'm one of the directors.
I'm Adam Leader, I'm the other director.
I'm Christopher Morgan, I play Jed Freeman.
Hello guys, I'm Anto Sharp, I play the male police officer.
Wow. Okay, so we got a full house with this. That's pretty good. Right. So yeah, I mean, like, it's the thing I was most interested in watching the film was genuinely not knowing what to expect. Tonally, I mean, I think we said it's got like multiple personality disorder, and that was not a criticism. That was not a criticism. It was like, well, what was the mindset? Where did you know? How do you, it goes from even that final sequence is going from black comedy to tragedy on a dime. So when you were approaching it, were you approaching it initially as a comedy? Were you approaching it initially as a more emotional drama? Or at what point did you think, yeah, we're just going to splice those two things together and just go with it? Because it seems like, on the surface, quite a challenging way to go, because it starts off thinking it's something else, and I never knew how to respond. And yeah, so what was your thought process in approaching the narrative?
Well, Rich and I are like big on drama, but we're also big on stupidity.
Right.
We've got a very strange sense of humour, the two of us, and but we love telling stories. So we kind of, you know, from the get-go, we had this. Well, I say from the get-go, as we created this story together, we learned to kind of accept who we are as a filmmaker duo, and just thought, can I swear?
Of course you can.
Like, no, honestly, like, our attitude was literally fuck it. Like, let's be ourselves.
Just go for it.
Yeah, let's just be us, and that's kind of.
I mean, because obviously it's inspired loosely by a real case, very loosely, but the German cannibal case, presumably, is the one you're talking about. And I guess it's because that case is just so bizarre and weird and wrong anyway, that taking it seriously seems weird. Taking it, you have to go. It's almost like you have to go into some kind of absurdism to get it right.
That's exactly it. So when we first spoke about doing that idea, Adam came to me and was like, "Can we do this idea? It's completely nuts." And when we started writing, which did start in a slightly more serious tone,
right.
we were like, "This is so unbelievable that no audience member will believe it." So we do have to kind of push it more into the stupidity realm to kind of accept that, even though probably the most bizarrest part of the story is the part that's true.
Yes. Well, I mean, this is because I think one of the things watching it begins and it's the serious funeral, and Chris is this kind of grieving man, and then you introduce Flack, and he's sitting in a bar with his fucking cowboy hat on, doing this wildly improbable accent, and he's like some kind of 70s, something from the 70s. How? When you were doing this, I mean, talking with your actors, what were you? How you know? The talkings of. Sorry, I forgot your name already. Yeah. Did you come with that, or was that in the script? How did you work with Flack as a creation?
Pretty much from what Adam and Richard got on page, going through the script initially, it appears very serious. So I did approach it extremely seriously. So I kind of went in with this
idea to sort of amalgamate a few of my favourite sort of Southern, well, American actors.
Right.
So Josh Brolin, your Tommy Lee Jones, and John Bernthals. So I did approach it very seriously, with a very serious accent. And then it just sort of descended into chaos after the second day. It became Fuckhorn, Leghorn, Eugene from The Walking Dead, and elements of Michael Keaton.
Because the character is so unreal, and as the film progresses, we learn narratively why that's the case. But I can remember watching myself, just watching the film as we always do as a screener, and thinking, what the fuck? Because just not knowing how to process it. And I think that's what I liked about it, is that sort of sense that continually you get to a point, you throw a curve shot in, and the curve shots that keep coming, the performances. So the whole sequence of the two cops, and you're like something from this kind of weird poker-faced sitcom, just wandering in, and it's like something like from Blackadder, or that tone, and it's completely different, and yet we know what's going on behind all that, and it's like, well, it's like it feels like a digression, but it doesn't, because it's so funny. I mean, again, all the rest of it, I mean, Chris, you're playing it very straight. You guys are bringing in this kind of comedic double act. You keep veering back and forth between serious and not. I mean, the final scene's actually weirdly heartbreaking. So it's like there's no singularity of tone. I mean, was there a lot of improv from the actors? I mean, was there a lot of kind of, did they all come? As I say, I mean, obviously yes, but did you? Oh, have we got a question?
No, just ask a question. Yeah.
Sorry, actually, yes, I should ask questions. People are asking questions. I shouldn't be doing it. Where do we have a question?
The laughs hit where you expected, or were you surprised when there was laughter to this or not?
Could you repeat it, Steve?
Sorry, can you say that again? Because it's a little...
Obviously structured it to sick laughs at different places. Did all the laughs hit, and sometimes were you surprised where you got laughter?
I don't think I was surprised by anywhere the laughter was. I think from listening, everything hit where it should. There was maybe a couple that we're in there that maybe felt a bit more flat, but in general, I think we're pretty happy with how they landed.
This is so difficult, because it is that sense of it's either falling, because it is that thing, because the stuff that's serious is really serious as well. I guess getting those laughs in the middle, sometimes it's a relief. Like the whole scene at the end where suddenly the knife thing happens, the audience just fell out. But that's in the middle of something very, very different. Okay, so yeah, do we have any more questions? Yeah, sorry. Gentlemen, yeah.
Yeah, give me that.
Oh,
I'll run up to them.
okay. Come on down. Taking the mic off me now, obviously. Yeah, sure.
Who on the crew did the paintings? Was that Flack himself, or who was it? Who's the artist?
There's a few different people. So, Rich, which one did you do?
I did the right-angled nipple that gets painted on the end, and then Amy, the Camop's girlfriend, did. Yeah, the high heels thing, and the goldfish with boobs she did. And then there was a flying boob I did that had a milk bottle nipple. I did that one as well.
Every on bottle cap. I strangely have 3 of those paintings at home, so they will be going up at some point.
And the lady, the beautiful model, was shot on my dinner table, which was.
That was really awkward, that shoot. So we hired Claire, and she came over, and she was nothing but professional, of course, because this is what she's done all her life, like life modelling and stuff like that. So she came over, and Rich and I were so nervous, because we don't do nude shoots, we don't do stuff like that, so we're not used to it. And obviously this image that young kid Lionel has taken of his mother it depicts like serious abuse, if anyone didn't get that. But And that's the sad part of Lionel's story. So obviously we needed to implement some very awkward things onto the scene with her, but we kind of didn't tell her at first. We told her generally what she'd be doing, but when she got there, we were like, oh, well, Claire, we've got this pair of knickers, we sort of just want to put on the antlers behind you. And she's like, yes, no, that's absolutely fine. And then we were like, oh, there's a dog bowl outside we sort of just need to bring in. And she was like, yes, that's fine. Yeah, she was.
Giant crowd.
And then the giant crowd. She was such a rock star. She was great.
Was there the point where she was starting to think maybe she's in a serious relationship?
Maybe I've stuffed up here, yeah. No, she was lovely through and throughout. I think we were just awkward. We were just like,
Yeah,
oh.
but that
Any more questions, folks?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so intrigued about like when we've got this really emotional part, which I genuinely felt like heartbreak for Flack's character, and then suddenly gets a knife in the eye. Like, where did that come from? Why did you make that choice? Because I thought it was really, it's such a clever choice in terms of the genre you're trying to get at, but also I'm just interested, was that originally like that in the script, or was that something that was developed?
Yeah, that was originally like that. I think that was how we wanted him to demise. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I feel like that's not a very good answer.
That's great.
Listen, guys, we've got time for one more question, and then the team will be outside. If you want to come and ask them a personal question, and also they'll be signing some posters. So please do come and join us outside. But we've got time for one more question, if anybody has one. Okay.
Hey, after this, what the heck is next?
Just you wait, man. we got something written that we're working closely on now with Ed Polgardi, our producer over in the States, that couldn't sadly be here. But what a legend that guy is. But yeah, we've got something in the bag, ready to go.
You're being very secretive about that.
We don't want to say too much, but it's bizarre, isn't it, Rich?
I mean... Yeah.
Well, okay then. Okay, we'll give the guys a round of applause, and they'll be outside if you want to come and talk to them.
I did go in all seriousness.
These American careers was being given a
Guys, we've got a poster.
doing the thing with me. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Come on now.
Just take the cake. Sound job.
I'll jump at your right one day when it comes out. Good. Right, let me These are going to look amazing. Thank God for the light. Where's this phone? Someone's better than mine. We're going to have the DLC do that, shouldn't it? Dutch. Dutch. Dutch again. Dutch checkers. Rich. Yeah, your phone doing like a whole line of it.
It's not that sort of filming, but you know.
No, it's in like the paparazzi when it's like.
Adam, Rich, over here. Over here now, please. Oh my God, feed me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Have you seen the pretty pictures?
Rich and Rue?
Come on, babe.
Come on, babe. Come on, babe.
Stuck together with my earring. Nadia.
Nadia.
Is it not?
Loads. Love it. Oh, everybody.
Everybody great.
Nice. Can do you?
Okay. Hold it for a sec, guys. Sorry, I'm going to get
Sorry, it's so bad. Every time we feed me, I play a little You're doing a bookend.
What did you do? We've got another one to do. What did you do?
I'll go, right?
With the look at the camera. I don't know where I get it from. Are you sure I'm yours?
I don't like it on me, so do take.
I'll be the one who's doing it. Memories.
Oh, that's so nice.
Lovely.
There we go.
Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. There we go.
There you go.
Can't
go any
Feed me, guys. We're already at the table in the atmosphere for planning my and stuff. Yes. Can we get a wing on, please? Yes.